3, 2, 1. Hello everybody and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 gameplay cast with me, Thendis32. This is attempt number 2 at casting this replay, as my internet did decide to die and basically screw over my recording. So yes, let's just introduce these players, shall we? Spawning as the blue undead, we have WFZ. And spawning as the red undead, we have 120. Arguably one of the top undeads in this country. Oh, in this world. They are definitely the top 2 undeads in China at the moment, with, I guess, TBC, BM, and third, I suppose. There's not really that many Chinese undeads in the high up level. Not really too many Koreans either, just Lucifer, Believe, who really isn't that active in tournaments.
Summoning is complete.
That's really about it that I can think of anyways. But yes, this is take number 2 of casting this replay, so sorry if I don't sound too enthusiastic in this opening part. But yes, I'm a little rusty on casting. I haven't cast all weekend. I was pretty focused on the Frozen Throne campaign. I really want to get that finished up so I can, of course, start StarCraft 2's campaign playthrough, which I think will be pretty fun for my channel. But yes, both players sending out an Acolyte Scouts. They're gonna see, lucky for them, they both scout in the right direction, so they know what's up. WFC, he's getting his DK first, and it looks like he is going for Ted Fiends, so he's gonna get that quicker Death Knight out, that quicker tech, with a little bit of delay in his Crypt Fiends. And if he tries to go for a 1 zig tech, he'll get his super quick tier 2. 120 looks like he is going the same, so this matchup looking pretty mirrored right now. The map is Turtle Rock, so we might see a pretty creep-heavy game, as we usually see on maps like Turtle Rock and Twisted Meadows. I think I said the map was Turtle Rock, but it's actually Twisted Meadows, so hopefully we won't see too much of a creep-heavy game, although high-level Undead Heroes is like an undead dream. If you could get 5 on the DK and 5 on the Lich for that level 3 Coil Nova, that could be pretty sweet. Right now we have WFZ running in the 120 space with some skeletons, just trying to get some harassment done. 120 is looking to do the same. So this matchup looking pretty mirrored. Both players have a pretty forward Nerubian tower to slow up these skeletons. 120, I don't know what the hell was happening to his DK. Getting blocked a little bit by the skeleton. And I don't think any of these players should be losing their Acolytes here, because you never really want to lose Acolytes while they're attacking, because you won't be able to rebuild them. But both players have 6 Acolytes due to the fact that they built a Scouting Acolyte. So even if they were to lose it, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but with a little bit of micro, it shouldn't be happening. Alright, looks like WFC is going to be the first one to creep. He's going to go for the Null Overseer camp, which is pretty creepable with 4 skeletons. He's going to get 2 more from this corpse right here. Boom. There it is. Alright, that's happening. 120 on the other hand. What is he doing? It looks like he wants to go over to the Null Overseer camp over here, try to avoid WFZ possibly, because there is always a chance WFZ could run up and kill a creep with Coil and deny some experience. And now both players getting their first Crypt Fiend along with their second Sig. 120 second Sig's actually a little bit faster. Nice. What was I saying? Oh, I forgot to say, this is a ladder replay from NetEase, so there are no observers. So sadly, I do have to watch with the Fog of War off and in the player's perspective. So I hope the noise of the rally points and the units being produced isn't too annoying. But I can only work with what I'm given here. But just because it's a ladder game doesn't mean it's not going to be awesome. Alright, looks like WFC creeping out his second Overseer camp. Looks like he's going to get Claws of Attack and Ring from it, but most importantly, he gets level 2. So he now has his Unholy Aura. Where 120 also barely getting level 2. He must have got the extra experience from skeletal minions, because he was over here killing them off, whereas WFC just pretty much let him expire as he wanted to creep out this camp quicker. So both players even on level right now. And WFZ 120 continuing to creep. I'm going to confuse these players. It's probably this whole replay.
Upgrade.
Alright, tier 2 has finished for 120 and immediately starts his tier 3 tech. So he's going to delay his slaughterhouse and delay his lich by just a little bit. WFC looks like he's doing the same. Tier 3 on the way, but he is getting a lich now. He's starting his lich before 120. So what are the resources looking like? 420, 206 gold. So that's probably going to be a slaughterhouse. Boom. And slaughterhouse on the way. So there really is no correct way in doing this. Like, there is no right way to do it when you get tier 2. Like, wait, should you go first? Like, for me, for instance, I like to get my slaughterhouse and lich going before I start my tier 3 tech. Whereas some players prefer getting that fast tier 3 and delaying their lich. So by the time the lich comes out, it'll be able to buy an orb relatively soon. There's really no right way to do it. My way delays the tech, but allows me to get more units out. Their way is the opposite. But enough talking about that. 120 actually forced the TP from the skeleton harassment. I didn't notice this my first time trying to guess this, but WFC tried to surround this acolyte, but two of them expired, and the acolyte was able to slip through the cracks. So I actually kind of like that by WFC, just trying to get that little bit in there, trying to get that kill on the acolyte. Alright, WFC gonna creep now with the switch out. Got Boots of Coil to last, not the greatest item. Could always stick it on the Lich for more attack speed, or give it to the Dark Ranger for more attack damage, but I think he's gonna sell it more than likely. Right now he's keeping it, so maybe he does want to give it to the Dark Ranger later on. I mean, with her Black Arrow spell, she can do a decent amount of damage. Okay, right now though, 120 is solo creeping this. His DK's already at level 3, no point in creeping him up anymore, so he wants to get his Lich to level 3. And for those that don't know, if you solo creep with a hero, you get more experience. See, just now getting level 2.
Complete.
Alright, tier 3's just about to finish up. WFC's is just a little bit quicker. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference. He's creeping up with his Lich now, doing the Goblin Lab. Looks like DK's gonna run back and pick up his orb. There's no way he's trying to buy the orb at 180 gold.
Our forces are under
I guess
attack.
he is. It's gonna take a little while. Alright, well, let's see. 120 going across the map. He's got level 2 in his Lich. He's got a Roar Scroll. That could be decent later on if there's no destroyers in the air. But it looks like he wants to get the other Merc camp here. He has his orb though. So he's going to be able to creep this up much easier with that reduced armor. WC now has his orb as well. He's also got an invuln for his Lich. What are the items looking like right now? We got claws, big heal pot, 2 Cloak of Shadows though, that's not that great. Could probably sell both of those for 100 gold. And we do see a Dark Ranger 3rd for both of these players. Alright, nice. Her silence is really valuable in this matchup, as the biggest punch the undead can give is of course their Coil Nova. Although a plus 20 Lich with Orb of Corruption ain't that bad either. Alright, here comes 120. He wants to snipe something. Ooh. Nova's the trapper. He needs this creep for level 3, so he can have level 2 Coil Nova. And he is going to get it. So WFC, he ain't looking too bad to fight right now. It's 48 supply versus 48 now. It's being evened up, but we'll see how this goes. Silence going down on both sides. Nice coil save onto the Fiend by 120. Can he get the second one? No. But yeah, 120's Fiend's taking a lot of damage. WFC's ain't looking too hot. Missed coil though. That's a pretty bad mistake. He's gonna get another one to trade, but now his Lich is out of mana, whereas 120's is still full on mana. He's trying to save those Novas though. He wants level 3 before he chucks out another Nova. Oh, now 120's Death Knight taking loads of damage. More silence is going down. Coil gonna save the Dark Ranger WFC. Decent micro to both these players. Now the Lich is taking some damage. Alright, 120's Lich gonna be using a big heal pot WFZ's DK's out of mana. These statues working overtime though, and there's the Dark Ritual trying to refill. And during that fight, 120 did not get level 3 in his Lich. That's a bit unfortunate. He was saving those Novas for it. Overall though, that fight wasn't looking too bad for WFZ. This is 48 versus 45. Do we see any upgrades on the way for these players? Alright, we see 1-1 actually on the way. Surprisingly, he's getting armor upgrades, but we do see the important Temple of the Damned. So Banshees will be starting to be added by both of these players actually. And we see +1 for 120 as well, along with a Sacrificial Pit for his Shade. But yes, soon we'll have Banshees with Anti-Magic Shield, and that's where the Undead Mirror can get some pretty fun. Do we see A-bombs being added possibly? Probably later on, even Web for the Destroyers. Did either of these players get Destroyers? Okay, they both got Destroyers. Looks like we might see another fight, but I'm gonna pause this real quick. The reason I think it's weird that when WFZ is getting the +1 armor upgrade is armor really isn't that great for Fiends, especially with the Orbit Corruption on your opponent's Lich. Most of the time, it's usually just better to just invest into their attack only and just completely skip their armor, whereas A-bombs are the opposite. Their damage is pretty laughable, and they're mostly just a meat soaker, so you just focus on the armor upgrades for A-bombs. So to me, it's a little strange that one WFZ would invest that resources in there, but I don't know. We'll see if this plays out or not. Looks like we're about to have another fight. Did any of the upgrades finish? 0-0, 0-0. I'm sure they're about to finish now, and both players at 48. Hero levels, 120's at level 3 DK, level 1 Dark Ranger, very close to level 3 Lich. WFC's at level 3 DK, level 3 Lich, and a level 1 Dark Ranger. So, let's see how this fight goes. WFC could get a pretty easy Obsidian statue kill. Looks like he will be getting it. 120 getting his level 3 in his Lich. He's got plenty of mana in there, so if he wanted to, he could try to take this fight. He's thinking about it. The Forest Troll Warlord did die. Did 120 ever pick up the item? WFZ must have picked it up. What was the item? Was it another boost? I don't know what the item was. I like this by WFZ. He even pulled an Acolyte here, his extra Acolyte, to repair the Obsidian statue. Although he's pretty low in mana, might want to form into a Desi. Oh god, WFC's Lich way up front! Coil's saving him, but why is that Lich not being microed at all? Okay, he's gonna use the invuln, but I think that was a pretty big mistake. Trying to get us around on 120's DK. He ain't gonna be able to do it. Man, that Lich, that was kind of reckless. That was really reckless. I don't think he needed to use that invuln. Alright, WFC continuing to push, so he's feeling strong. He's got his 1-1 finished, so I guess he has an arm upgrade advantage. And the Nova, 120's DK, he's silenced, he can't coil. Okay, he can't now, but the invuln pot's gonna be popped. There's the coil onto the Lich. Coil on the Dark Ranger as well.
Research complete.
Ritual being used. How many coils do these Death Knights have? WFC has 2. 1 only for 120, but the statue's trying to give him more mana. But yes, WFC is going to back off. And I completely agree with this. Even an Undead Mirror, you never really want to push into an undead space. Like you gotta be sure you're about to win. Like, you better have like 3 expos and be 20 supply ahead. So WFC's gonna take this time. He realizes he has map control, and he's gonna try to get the Forest Troll Warlord, but 120 close on his tail. He sees him, of course, with this shade. All right, the Warlord's gonna go down, and it is the Staff of Silence. That can be really good, having 2 silences there. He can completely negate DK coils. All right, Silence is going down. Dark Ranger goes down as well. 120 losing his one and only Silence Giver. He definitely wants to be backing out now. Is he going to try to get the neutral hero? Nah, she's only level 1, so she'll come out pretty quick at the altar. But yes, Banshees are starting to get
Summoning
produced.
is complete.
We have 1 out for WFZ, and she has the adept. Looks like neither of these players want to break into that low upkeep, excuse me, as they're both hanging under that 50 food. Did they get any more upgrades? Looks like WFZ got +2. And he's actually getting Banshee Mastery training. I mean, I could assume it was for the bigger mana pool, but maybe we'll see some possessions this game. I'd like to see possessions. Mastery training as well for 120. I would love to see a possession game, but I'm pretty sure it's just for the extra mana regen. Alright, Lich with the anti-magic. WFC pushing in again. Silence is going down. 120 losing his Lich very quickly. There's a coil on the Dark Ranger. Alright, nobody gonna hit one of WFC's fiends, but nice deny of experience. Using Dark Ritual on it to keep 120 from getting experience. Another coil saving the other one, and WFC's playing this pretty well. Even seeing some burrow here. I'm not sure if 120 has his shade around, but he is gonna have to TP out after almost losing his fiend. I gotta say, WFC is playing this a lot better than I expected. I mean, it's always been the common assumption that 120 is just a lot better of a player than WFC. WFC used to be the top undead player in China, but he kind of fell off when 120 hit the scene, so maybe it's his turn to take control of that throne again, and we might see just that. Alright, creeping. He's got level 4 in his DK. What was that red item?
Are under attack.
I'm gonna flip my lid if it was another Staff of Silence. Oh my god, it was another Staff of Silence. WFZ has 3 silences. He can throw down the Dark Ranger silence, and then he's got 2 staffs. But decent item for 120, getting the hilarious Flute of Accuracy. This +4 damage on the fiends. He swapped it to the DK. Is he actually gonna sell it? He's got 900 gold. Oh my god, he sold the flute. Why? You had 900 gold. Why would you sell the flute? +4 damage, plus your Lich gets more damage. I don't agree with that at all. Oh, Penner Divinity. More mana for the Lich or the Death Knight, depending on his preference, if he wants more Novas or more coils. Me personally, I want more coils.
Research complete.
But why would he sell the flute? Someone, please, in the comments, tell me what you think he sold it for. I mean, more gold? He was under low upkeep, so he would have got more resources from selling it the full amount. Maybe he just wanted to bank up a bunch of gold and try to break up to 80 food as quick as possible, but still, why? Alright, I'm done ranting.
Our forces are under attack.
But yes, as we saw, both players breaking in. WFZ already at 70 supply, though. Its upgrade's gotta be looking ridiculous, right? It's 2-1 for WFC and 3-0 for 120. Like I said, I don't see the point in investing armor upgrades on the fiends. WFC doing what 120 doing what most undeads would do and just focus on the attack. Because A-bombs are meant to be the damage soakers, not the fiends. So we do see 1 A-bomb out for 120. And 1 out for WFC, but it looks like he's about to make a push. Both players are at 70, but some of that supply is still in production. And it looks like WFZ wants to make a push. He's got a lot of anti-magic shells up. He's feeling so confident that he's actually pushing into 120's man. Let's see how this fight goes. 120 is nearby for the defense. He's going to lose his cigarette. That's actually going to supply cap him. At 70 supply over 60.
Our forces are under attack.
Alright. 120 starting to get his shields up, and let's see where this goes. WFZ's army looking pretty big. They're both supposedly even. Alright, here we go. Silence is being thrown down. Nova's hitting the A-bomb, but the anti-magic shield not really taking too much damage from the Nova. Alright, that's level 4 on the Lich. Yeah, that Nova didn't really do much. Alright, Quo onto the A-bomb. More silence is going down, and 120's Lich. He's getting low. He's going to use an invuln. Alright, A-bomb getting smacked down. 120 eventually going to need to coil that Lich before he gets Nova. There it is. Very long-range coil. Alright, Banshee's now getting some Novas here, and WFZ is just stomping through this right now. Dust being used, so the Fiend will go down, but once again, 120's Lich way up in the front, taking a lot of damage, and he goes down. There was no coil there at all. And that's the GG. WFZ showing that he might become the top undead soon, but we'll just have to see what the tournaments say, and a very dominating win by WFZ. Of course, having 3 silences is pretty fun as well. So anyways though, guys, if you like this cast, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to watch me play Warcraft 3, follow me at Twitch at twitch.tv/thendis32, and I will catch you guys later. One more